Good morning. Thank you for tuning into my channel called Take Heed to the Message with Abang Awa, my stage name. So before we start, I need y'all to hit that like and subscribe button if you feel me. Good morning, Edmonds. If you like my content, y'all come on, give me that like button. You understand? Give me that like button. It's good to see all of y'all this morning. Good morning, King Mona D. You was cooking, Mona. I had to do the replay. You was cooking, Mona. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Um, Also, I just need y'all to we about to get into something real quick. I'm not gonna keep y'all too long, even though it's Saturday. I'm not gonna keep y'all too long this morning, but we gonna talk about Pimp She-Ra. That's what we gonna talk about. Pimp She-Ra. Okay. Now, this could be good morning, Kevin. This could be this could be any woman, okay? But I'm gonna share with you what I'm talking about. Anye, how are you? How you doing, sweetie? Good to see you. Student, how you doing, my dear? Good to see you. Everybody on Instagram, thank you for tuning in this morning. Everybody on YouTube, thank you for joining me for my rant this morning. So I want to share something with y'all. And this is going to be a little mean towards the women, but it's going to be a lesson as well. Okay. Now, we, why do you think, I want to share this with you. Why do you think that it's so easy to pimp a woman? Somebody put it in the chat. Why do you think it's so easy to pimp a woman? Anybody know? Okay, we gonna go into it real quick. It's easy to pimp a woman because she can be led. You understand? She can be influenced by a lot of things. It's easy to pimp a woman. Yes, daddy issues as well. It's very easy to pimp a woman. And I'm going to share something with you. A lot of women influencers know that. Yeah, it's easy to pimp women because they have been hurt or they're easily influenced by things. Do you understand? And when I was young, I was too. I was too. But when I got a covering that protected me from nonsense, this made me grow. Okay? This is why when you get married, right? Your father walks you to the altar, right? He's passing you to another father. Do you understand? So that you don't lose the covering. But we women, we decided that we're going to do whatever we want to do, and we don't need a covering. We don't need to listen to nobody. And this is why sometimes we are left in the wilderness. Now, I'm going to share something with you. My covering was my husband. Yeah, my covering was my husband. Not even was, I'm sorry, is my husband. Okay. And so you have a lot of women that they never experienced a covering before. So when you get a woman influencer that is on social media, okay, and they giving them nonsense, excuse me, y'all, and they giving them nonsense, okay, and the woman influencer is talking about the same foolery that they have been through. So now both women connect. This is why you have a lot of women influencers who talk evil of men. They have a heavy following because these women have been hurt. But these women only been hurt because of the decisions that they made. They know in their heart and mind that the men that they have slept with, right, was not right for them. But yet because they look good on the outside, they was ready to throw away everything in their heart and mind. They didn't care the red flags. They just threw it away because the influencer, okay, the influencer spoke to them, spoke to their heart. Do you understand? That's why a lot of women can be misled by other women that is a pimp She-Ra. Okay? That's what we going to call it. A pimp She-Ra. All right? So this is why you have a lot of women that flock to other women who talk evil about men. Okay? Because they all have something in common. So they're all going to rally together. That's why when bad things happen to women, um, and then they say, okay, take the young girl for example, right? That she lied about being abducted, right? But you see the sisterhood rallying behind her. Now, the rest of the sisters who got common sense, they know. They can't, you know what I'm saying? They can't, they don't understand it. So because she did something wrong and they all know they have done something wrong in their past, they all rally behind this young girl because they want to protect her, the fake sisterhood. That's what they do until you cross one of them, and then they will feed you to the lionesses. Okay? That's what they will do. So now you have pimp She-Ras all around social media because the women link up and they know that they've been hurt by a certain type of man, but it's not a real man. They've been hurt by Pookie and Rere because they did not choose wisely. Do you understand? And I have been down this road too. Okay? I have been down this same road too. But because you don't have a covering, you don't know what a covering looked like. You was in a household without a covering. Your mama was in the household without a covering. So you following the logic of your mama, if it's called logic. You know what I'm saying? You're following what your mama did. So now when you get out into the world, you choose the same men that your mama chose because she didn't show you any better. Do you understand? So when these women influencers get up here and they're preaching nonsense about men, some of them have never even laid with a man before. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Some of them have never even felt a man's presence on their body before. But they will get up here and they will disgrace men because why is that? Oh, King, you said a generational curse. Yes, that is so true. It is a generational curse because the mama, the mama has done foolery. So the child see the foolery and she think that this is right. You know what I'm saying? That's what she think is right. And I did too when I was young. The stuff I saw my mama do, I thought that this was right. So yes, I did follow in her footsteps when I was young. Because you look at your mama as she knows everything, that she is queen. So you can be easily fooled until you get another knowledge. That's why Sister Ali said, we women, we only have understanding to age 14 until we learn something else that will bring us up. And I know a lot of women get offended for that, but this is true. This is true, what she said. Okay. And I'm not Muslim. I'm not Muslim, but I understand the logic and what Louis Minister Farrakhan says, and also I understand what Sister Ali said. Okay, I'm a Christian woman. Yes, I am. And I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe he died on the cross for my sins. I do. So you can never take me from that. I will not sit up here and tell you otherwise. Okay. But what I'm saying is there is a miss because she never had a covering in her home. Do you understand? So when she gets married, she doesn't know how to deal with the covering. This is why you have so many marriages ending in divorce because whatever her husband say to her, and what the husband is saying is correct, but whatever he's saying to her is like, you making me a slave, you're diminishing me, you know what I'm saying? But if the pimp She-Ra that's on the internet, okay, if she's on the internet and she give all these women a directive. She wants them to do this. They will do it. They will do it because she's a pimp. She pimping these women out. That's why they send her all types of money and gifts and stuff, because she has captured what? She has captured their mind. She has captured their mind. And that's why everybody followed this woman. Everybody follow her. Women follow her because she has captured their mind. See, you can't capture a man's mind. If he has been under his father and his father is a strong man, you cannot capture his mind. Do you hear me? Because he looks up to his father. He's going to copy what his father is. So if his father cannot be fooled, then, okay, if his father cannot be fooled, you hear me? If the father cannot be fooled, the son cannot be fooled. But if y'all look on social media today, right? Okay, the young girl who said that she got kidnapped. Did you see how the father just sat there in the interview? He didn't say one word. You know what that tells me? He's a son husband. That's what that tells me. He's a son husband. And nobody groomed him for manship. You understand? Nobody groomed him. Because if he was under his father, the leadership of his father, and his father was a no-nonsense man, okay? If the father was a no-nonsense man, he could not have sat through that interview, okay? He could not have sat through that interview. He would have actually told the woman, "Good morning, Mr. He said, how are you? Good morning, Harris Tribe Media. Good to see you this morning." So, because he has never had an understanding of what a real man is, okay, he only have the understanding of what his mother is, and his mother ran the household. He's going to follow his wife like that. Am I hitting somewhere, y'all? Am I hitting somewhere? He's going to follow his wife because he did not have a man in the home. Or if he had a man in the home, the man was weak. Do you understand? See, when the father is weak, he breeds weak boys. Do you understand? So if you not on your A game, you can be fooled. Okay? You can be fooled. And that's the problem. That's the problem that we see playing out today. Okay? So I'm sorry, I'm saying Queen. So Pimp She-Ra, okay? Pimp She-Ra is doing that to our women. That's why you see a lot of women influencers have so many women on on their channels, because she pimped them. She has taken their mind. You understand? That's why sometimes when she does reels, right? She put a filter on as a man and say, "Oh, only person that's good. This is the only man in the world that's gonna ever tell you the truth." Okay? She put a filter on the reel, and all the women flock to it. Yeah. Now I'm gonna share something with y'all. Somebody that look fine as wine, they're very beautiful, right? They can cause a lot of havoc. Yes. They can cause a lot of foolery. All right? Someone that is very beautiful and have a deceitful heart, they can cause some nonsense. They can cause a kingdom to fall. Because in the human mind, okay, and I don't know where we get this from, but in the human mind, that's for everybody, y'all. You understand? Especially women. I gotta say women first, especially women. When someone looks fine as wine, right? Everything they say to you in your heart and mind, you will make it true. They will tell you the sky is orange and you will believe it because they look so fine as wine. Do you hear me? This is why a lot of pimps, you hear me? A lot of pimps, most of them look real good. Most of them who pimp look real good, or they have an authority, like they have a voice of authority that they can move mountains. Do you hear me? You don't have a nobody can have a pimp that soft spoken, soft spoken and very easy to walk over. No, no, not every man can be a pimp. Not every woman can be a pimp. Do you hear me? But a woman that has an authority voice, or either she has a soft voice, right? She can make you do some nonsense when she looks good. She can make you sell your family if she looks good. And so, what I'm trying to tell y'all is that a lot of women influencers, they use this because they use your brokenness to capture your mind. That's why you have so many women who do social media that they are believed by their flock. Do you understand? Their flock will believe anything they say. And if you come against her, they will come and rally against you, all of them, the fake sisterhood, because they've been hurt. They still at the age of 14. Their logic is still at, not even logic, I'm sorry. Mindset is still at the age of 14. So they can do foolery and then turn around and say, "Oh well, I did this because my baby father did it." They don't want to take accountability for what they have done. And I'm going to share something with y'all. I was like that too. I was like that too. So when things happen in my life when I was younger, I will blame everybody else except myself. It's only until I got in my mid 20s that I understood that this is not nobody's fault. This is me. This is the decisions that I made. This is the nonsense that I done. You understand? And once you can take accountability for the nonsense that you have done, you change, your mindset can be changed. It can be changed, but you have to open up to a different understanding, not what your mama have taught you. Okay? You right, King. It's a mini cult. You right. And the main objective is to destroy men. That's the main objective. But you don't even know that the men that you're trying to destroy, they're your saving grace. Did that go over your head? Did you understand? The men that we're trying to destroy is your saving grace. See, the men that we push away and we talk about on social media and we disrespect them, these are the men that will rally behind you when a mob come to crucify you. These same black men that we crucify on social media are the same ones that will come for your rescue. But because we've been conditioned to dislike our men and push them away, what does it do? It leaves our culture open. It leaves it open. That's why the black community is in so much trouble, because we have been open. Our covering is gone. Do you understand? Nobody wants the covering because you claim you do not want to be controlled. You do not want to be a slave to your husband. But I'm going to share something with you. You are a slave to the woman influencer. Yeah. You are a slave to the woman influencer, because when she comes on social media and she tell y'all, send her those cash apps, send her money and all this other stuff, right? Send a donation to her channel, right? She pimping you. She pimping you because she's feeding you foolery. Now I'm going to share something with you. She know in her heart that men can solve our issue in our community. Every black woman who have understanding, she knows that black men are the answer. But because lying to women is the go-to thing and telling them what they want to hear, Do you understand? This helps her pockets. So if I tell you that men ain't this, men ain't that, they da 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 da, right? You rally behind me. But when I tell you love your husband, when I tell you be respectful to your husband, when I say whatever your husband say, you should follow him. Okay? When I say these things, I'm the evil one. I'm trying to take you back to your grandmother's time, and this time no longer exists. That's what y'all want to say. But if I get up here and I put a filter on my face and I look like a man and I tell you, baby, I love you, this and that, this is false. Why do I have to put a filter on my face and look like a man? This is false. Do you understand? Because why? You leading these women into darkness. You want them to fail. You want them to fail. You don't want them to understand that the true way is how God designed us. That we supposed to respect our husbands. We're supposed to follow them. That's why it's so easy for Pimp She-Ra to come in and destroy Black women, because we are easily led. We are easily led. This is why I'm so blessed to have the covering that I have. Because my husband can spot stuff from a mile away and tell you, nope, don't do that. Don't go there. I don't want you around this person. I'm getting something from this person. I can check their vibe. Be careful. And what do? I sit my happy behind down and say, I'm not going. My husband said I'm not going because I have a covering. Do you understand? And most of the women in our community, because they were not raised with a covering, and then they didn't want change when they got older, they out here running crazy. That's why when I put something on social media, you see a whole bunch of women who are not healed. They will run to the post and just start telling me off, calling me all types of names. I look like this, I look like that. And I'm gonna tell you something. It is what it is. But even at the end of the day, baby, it's still the truth. All I'm doing is telling you the truth. It's still the truth. You have been fooled by Pimp She-Ra. And she know it. She knows she fooling you. See, a pimp can make you do things that you would never think that you would ever be able to do. They can seduce you into doing stuff that you would not even fathom in your mind. Be the farthest from your mind that you think you would not do. But because they have that silver tongue or the golden tongue, they can talk to you any kind of way and you will take it because you think it's a covering. This is why God designed man to be first. This is why, so that he can lead the path. But because we don't want the man to be first, we have been fooled in doctrine to thinking that men are nothing. We are the only group in the whole world, okay? The whole world. We are the only group. I'm talking about African American. We are the only group that crucify our men on social media. You don't hear other women do that. It's only us. And yes, I know you may have been hurt, right? But you have been hurt by Pookie and Rere. These are still boys. You have not dealt with a man. So when you get one that is a man, you don't know how to treat him. And that's why you can't keep him. Did I, y'all didn't understand. What I'm saying is, because you have not learned how to keep a man. You don't know how to service him. You don't know how to make love to him. You destroy the relationship because he is a man. But you can take the boy anywhere. You see what I'm saying? You can take Pookie and Rere anywhere. Because most of the time, and it's gonna hurt some feelings, most of the time, Pookie and Rere was made by design by the mama. Because he's catered to do whatever the mama say. And whatever nonsense he do in the street, the mama will come to his rescue and say, not my son. That's why when you ever meet a woman and her son is bad, that's why some of these teachers get so angry. The mother will come, the child, they will tell the mama everything the child did, and the mama will say, "Not my son." That's what she'll say. "Not my son. He could never do that." That's why you have a lot of fatherless children running around here, because the mother will jump up and say, "Oh, my son didn't do that with you, but you were not there, mama, when she had her legs flipped up to the air doing doggy style and a twist. You were not there." But yet you jump on your son's side, and you know you've seen this girl come to your house before many times, and he brought her to the room. But yet and still, when she come and tell you there's a baby in the oven, you quickly dismissed it because you raising a son husband. You don't want to share him with you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to share him with anybody else. In our culture, we disgrace our men. We disgrace them. And I was a part of that too. I was a part of that too, because this is the logic that I was taught when I was young. But when you get older, my dear, you have to go another route. You know, the question I had asked myself when I was in my 20s, I said, why can't I keep a man? I work every day. I keep a clean house. I can cook. Why can't I keep a man? It was my mouth. You hear what I said? It was my mouth. That's why I couldn't keep a man. See, a real man will not put up with foolery. But when you date a Pookie and Rere and you trying to be with a Pookie and Rere, he can put up with that mouth. This is why I will only have relationships for like a year or 2 years, and then that's it. Because Pookie and Rere can only put up with your mouth for a certain amount of time, and they will never wife you. They will never wife you. Only time they will wife you is when they're already old and they have not done anything and you have done the work. Honey, you supposed to be at work. How you jump into my live like that? I love you. Have a great day at work, okay? So now what it is that you can only keep Pookie and Rere because most of the time he needs somewhere to stay. So he's going to follow because he needs somewhere to stay until he probably hook up with another brother that say to him, "Listen, the way you're going is not going to lead anywhere. This woman diminish you. She talks to you like you a kid." That's why you see that man who, remember that video I put out of the young woman who she had 9 children and the baby father bounced and left. He was with her for over 10 years, but he bounced and left. Now, I'm not saying what he did was right, but I'm saying that he was a Pookie and Rere for him to bring her in 6 more children. He was a Pookie and Rere. And so now the 10 years, he done had enough. But he don't know he gonna have to go back because once child support hit him, that's it. He done. The thing is that we can be fooled by anything, but we say we are the smartest. We can be fooled by so many things, but we say we are the smartest. And then we'll turn around and say, "Oh, he fooled me." And you be college educated saying that mess. He fooled me. But you college educated, you supposed to know that this brother had game. You supposed to know this brother was doing foolery. Okay? You supposed to know that. But because you was not paying attention, this brother was able to fool you. But y'all tell everybody black women are the most educated. We are the most that go to college. We are the most that have businesses. You say all these things, but there's no covering. So any wolf can come in and destroy what you have because you don't have a covering. This is why God made Adam first, so that Adam can block every nonsense that try to come. Do you understand? Adam can block every nonsense that come. So now Eve can walk the path behind him easily. That anything that try to come her way, he can block it. See, I'm going to share something with y'all that some of y'all may not agree with. But when Eve ate from the forbidden tree, right? Her covering was not with her. She walked away from her covering. Do you understand? And that's in our culture. That's what we have done. We have walked away from our covering. We have walked to Zaddy. That's the government. We have walked to Zaddy to say, oh, Zaddy got up here and gave you a bowl full of lies. Okay. That, oh, you don't need a man. I'm going to supply all your needs. Just come over here to me. I got that food stamp, that Section 8, that housing. I got that money every month for you, baby. You hear me? That's what he did. He's pimping you. He told you, I got all this stuff for you. And then secretly, out of the side of his mouth, he said, but when your kids get older, they belong to me. Do you hear me? He said, I'm going to give you all these things, okay? I'm going to give you all these things, baby. It's okay. Thank you for coming. I greatly appreciate that. So he said, I'm going to give you all these things, but in the end, when your kids get older, they belong to me. But the mamas didn't hear that. They only heard the part of, I'm going to give you Section 8. I'm going to give you housing. I'm going to give you a food stamps. I'm going to give you money every month. They only heard that part. They didn't hear the sneaking part when he said, when your kids get older, they belong to me. That's why we have so many of our brothers and sisters in the system. We have so many of them incarcerated because all they did was go back to their daddy. And this is the same thing with Pimp She-Ra. You understand? She pimping through the internet. She's the same thing. And I think she's been doing this for a good 10 years. She's Pimp She-Ra. She's doing this because she wants to get the mind of the women, and it's working because we're easily influenced. See, when you don't have a covering, you are a dangerous woman. When you don't have a covering, you can go out and do foolery. And all you going to say is, who going to check me, boo-boo? Who going to check me, boo-boo? Just like the young girl in Dubai, how she did that, all that foolery in another country. If she had a covering that told her, listen, all that drinking don't make sense. You're going to stop all this drinking, okay? You're going to stop all this loudmouth talk. Do you understand? If she had a covering, she would not be in Dubai. If she had a covering when she was younger in her household, okay? If she would have had a covering in her household, her mama would have been taught under the covering. So now if the mama was taught under her covering, the child would understand the assignment. But because this is why I say black men are needed. Because when the covering is not there, mama is going on her own understanding. And remember, her understanding is from a 14-year-old. So how many of y'all know a 14-year-old understand everything? She does not. That's why the father is needed in the home. Because the father is going to instill in the daughter the next level of understanding. So now when she goes to her husband, now she will learn a new understanding as well, but she will not be 14 when she leaves her father's home. She will be a little older. So now when she gets with the husband will teach her too. And then she will walk into a grown womanhood. Do you hear me? That's why you have so many women influencers that they will slam men down because they have never had a covering. They don't know what a covering look like. But if you ever hear a woman influencer who she has a covering, she talks different. She talks different. You can't fool her because the covering that she's under is a king. He is a king, so you can't fool her. And you will always hear her say, "My husband said." My husband said. That's what you will hear her say because she admires her husband. She respects him. Ain't nothing like a wife that respects her husband. God is pleased with her. But because we're conditioned to dislike our men because our mama did not choose wisely. And I know y'all always say, "Oh, you always blame the mama." But I'm going to share something with you. I have to blame her. I have to blame the mama because the mama is the one that opens the door. She's the start of it. Do you understand? She's the start of it. She's the start of the foundation, the lessons that need to be learned. And we are our children's first teacher. So if mama is broken, she teaches the child to be broken. If mama is broken, she teaches the child to be broken. Yeah, yeah, my dear. I have not. Let me share something with y'all. Student just said it's crazy to see and hear you're not being listened to. Yes, yes. Let me share something with you. When you grow up in a household, right, and your mother is this is all you see is your mother. And you see her, she's fending for the family, she's doing all she can to take care of the family, right? And she never had to answer to anybody. She never had to answer to anybody. So whatever move she made is on her, right? But she will blame it on the baby father. This is her scapegoat. See, when you're married to a king, right? When you're married to a king, whatever happens, the king has to deal with it. He has to deal with it. Anything that comes down, he has to deal with it. See, this is why we are not placed in kingship. Women are not placed in kingship because we will blame someone else. We will not blame ourselves if anything go down. That's why men always love to do what they have to do. They always love to make sure they pay the bills that they have to pay because if anything goes down, they're the ones that are liable. But because we want to be the head, and when it doesn't work out well for us, what do? We come to social media and we cry. We come to social media and we cry. My thing is that a change needs to come. A change needs to come. All of us are not going to follow the same avenue. I know that. All of us are not. But when you have Pimp She-Ra running around here telling all these lies to our women, it's hard to bring change. So for the women who do social media that are good women, we have to learn to shut down Pimp She-Ra. We have to shut down Pimp She-Ra because she's doing so much to the black community. Hey Sharon. Hi Sharon, how are you, honey? It is Isaiah. How you doing, Isaiah? So all I'm saying is this is not hard what I'm telling y'all. This is very easy. It's very easy what I'm saying to y'all. We have to change our mindset as women. Stop following Pimp She-Ra. She has been hurt. She has been hurt. She has been hurt. So since she's been hurt, she wants to hurt everybody else. And that's what women do. That's what we do. When we've been hurt, someone has wronged us. If you don't have a covering to break that chain that you got going on, if you don't have a covering to break that chain, honey, you will continue to hurt everybody. You will continue to hurt everybody. You right. You right, my dear. You right. Black women are more anti-man than the white women who started the feminist movement. You correct. You correct because we get on social media and we will bash our men. Educational background has nothing to do with knowing game. You learn that as a girl becoming a woman before you leave the block. You right. Baby, you telling the truth. You are telling the truth, honey. But we will sit up here and say we are the most educated, but we can be fooled by so many people. Like, for instance, I'm talking about a lot of women. You know, we going back and forth. But for instance, you got Ebony K. So she did a whole commercial about sperm, telling people don't just pick up one sperm, pick up two. You understand? But the woman, who is married, right? The woman that is married and she has a covering. Only thing she pays for with the sperm, you understand? Only thing she pays for sperm from her husband is that she just gotta love him and cater to him and cook him a plate. I mean, cook him some food, make a plate for him, rub him down when he need it, make sure the house is clean, be respectful, and you get free sperm. You don't have to go spend 20K, 80K. You get free sperm. I'm sorry, I'm saying that wrong. You get free sperm. Okay? Without any questions asked. He ready to take you down in the living room. Okay? That's the truth. But we sit up here and we want to listen to women who are broken. How dare you make a commercial about sperm on your channel, telling women they should do this? And actually, this clinic is for women and men that it's hard for them to conceive. But now y'all have turned this into trying to be a cash cow now. And right now they don't have no rules. They have no rules on sperm banks now. But I'm going to tell you something. I believe the brothers understand. I believe the brothers understand the rah-rah that's trying to come down the pipes. Because my sisters, when y'all can't raise the children, or if you financially get into a problem because money don't stay always, you financially get in a problem, the government is going to say, we're going to have their daddies to pay for this. Daddy's going to be paying for this. Now, mind you, there are men that just donated and thinking that they was doing a service. They didn't think they was going to have to pay child support for this kid. They didn't think that. See, because there's no laws on this thing yet. But when you see all these women flocking to these donation places and stuff, you're going to see the law change, because the fake sisterhood going to get behind it and say, well, we need money to take care of these children. That's why I say, my brothers, don't go donate. Don't donate nothing. Don't leave your children out in the wilderness, because you don't know what this woman is like. You don't know if she's going to mistreat, okay? You don't know if she's going to mistreat your child. See, Pimp She-Ra got all these women on the internet thinking they can do everything a man can do and better. But this is folly. This is a lie, baby. You cannot. Why you think men are so strong? That when a man cry, he don't want nobody to see him. He will go outside. He will go to his car. He will go sit somewhere quiet and you will see tears come out his eyes because he has the mindset that I am king and no one is supposed to see me cry. But when women do wrong, we come to social media and we cry in front of everybody because why? We want the sympathy. We want everybody to see, woe is me. Do you understand? We want everybody to see, woe is me. But a man will not do that. Do you understand? A man will not do that. Let me share something with you. When you know how all us women get up here, we talk about we don't need no man, we don't need him, we don't do this, we don't do that, we could do everything by ourselves. Let men start saying that. Huh? Did I get it? Did I get it? Let men start saying we don't need women. Let them start saying it. But because they do not say that because they understand that they need us, they just don't want to deal with that mouth. I had a woman yesterday tell me in my comment section, I'm jumping off a little bit. I had a woman tell me in my comment section, you said black women are undesirable. I never said that. I never said that. If black women was undesirable, nobody would be trying to copy our hips, our fingertips, our lips, and our breasts. Nobody would be trying to copy it if we were undesirable. I actually think our melanated sisters are the most beautiful creatures that God has made on this world, on this earth. I actually believe that we were designed just for beauty. We were designed like that. God took time making melanated women. That's why you see them so shapely. That's why when and I'm gonna share this with y'all. When me and my husband together and I gotta go get something for him from the kitchen, right? And I'm coming out of his living room, okay? And I go to the kitchen. You know what he say? I like the way you roll. That's what he tell me. I like the way you roll, baby. And I look at him. I said, thank you, honey. Yes, we are the most women in the, let me tell you something. We are the most beautiful women in the world. Melanated women are the most, but it's your mouth that disqualify you from a lot of things. Do you hear me? It's your mouth. And that's what I said to the young girl yesterday. It's our mouth that disqualify us from getting a true queen. I mean, I'm sorry. I said a true queen. I'm sorry. A true king. It is our mouth that disqualify us from getting a true king. All right? That's what I'm trying to say. We have to change our mindset. We have to change it, baby. But because the world have you believing that you don't need no man, that you can do everything by yourself, our children are suffering. Because mama, you did not choose wisely, mama. You did not. You looked at the outer appearance. And that's what we doing in these social media spaces. When we see these women coming on social media, I'm sorry, y'all. When we see these women coming on social media and all they're doing is bashing men, you hear me? All they're doing is bashing men. It's because they're broken. And they want every woman to be broken like them. See, if you gotta go put a filter on your face to look like a man when you doing reels, you got a problem. You have an issue. You have an issue. If you're doing this, you have an issue. You have an issue. If you're doing this and you believe that what this influencer is doing, you have issues, my dear. Because if the mindset is to always hate men, but when something bad happens, you need someone to come, it doesn't make sense. Because men are designed to take care of us. That's true. This is true talk, baby. Men were designed to take care of us. But because in our community, in the Black community, we don't want them to do their job. We don't want them to do their job. Our community is in trouble because we refuse for them to do their job. We tell them, I don't need you. I don't need you, but I want you. Who says that? I don't need you, but I want you. I could never say that to my husband. I don't need you, but I want you. I could never even speak that out of my mouth. I don't need you, but I want you. No, baby, I need you, honey, and I want you. I need you, honey, and I want you. But because we have been fooled by Pimp She-Ra, you understand? Because we've been fooled by nonsense, okay? We have been fooled by an outside entity. We can disgrace our men and be disrespectful. Do you understand? That's why. Harris Tribe Media, you on the money. That is correct. King, you got it too. You got it too. Thank you guys for tuning in. I greatly appreciate that. My problem is that we don't know how to handle things. We don't. But we will sit up here and just disgrace our men. We are the only culture that come up here and disgrace our men in full effect. And if you go to someone's show and you're a woman influencer, and you go to someone's show and you disrespect this man on his show, you don't have no home training. You don't have no home training. When people invite you somewhere, you're supposed to show you have home training. But because we don't have home training to know how to respect our men, this is why we keep bumping heads. It's the respect that is the problem. I'm going to share something with you, my sisters, the ones who are married. And if you're going through a rough patch with your husband, this is something that I have learned in my own marriage. Never stop serving. This helps you stay connected with your husband. And because in our culture, all the women don't know how to serve anymore because the girls have not seen their mother serve their father. Now they get older and say, well, my mama didn't serve my father. Why am I doing it? Because they were not taught to serve, they're going to do foolery. Because they were not taught to have a covering, they're going to not have a covering when they get older too. So everything still leads to mama. And I know y'all like, you always say mama, but everything leads to mama because we are their first teachers. So if you're raising girls and they're doing foolishness out in the street, they're doing foolishness out in the street, it's because they saw you do it, mama. And daddy was not in the home to structure her. And now, if daddy was in the home to structure her, right? And she still turned out the way that she did, that mean he was a son husband. That mean he was weak. That's what it mean. That mean he was weak. And he just let you do whatever you wanted to do. And so now the girl does whatever she wants to do. And that's what we see playing out on social media today. With all these women jumping up on social media, they showing their breasts, they showing their butt, they don't care because they did not have a covering. Because if they had a covering, they would know their worth. Do you understand? See, a woman that has her covering, she knows her worth. I know I'm jumping all over the place, y'all, but it's just in my heart to tell y'all all this morning. If a woman doesn't have a covering, she's dangerous. She's dangerous. And if she did have someone in the home, both parents, and she still was raised nonsense, that means the father was not on his A game. He was not on his A game. He just let the mother and the daughter do foolery, and it's okay. That's it. That's what happened. A change has to come in our community in order to save it. A lot of influencers believe that we cannot save the Black community, but I'm going to share something with you. When a change comes, the change will have to come from the women. It has to come from the women first because we're the ones who started this foolery. This is why you see so many men influencers just going at the women, because a correction needs to be made. We're the only culture that will get out here, us women will get out here on social media and be half naked. Now, you will see other cultures do it. You'll see a few of them do it, but it's not like us. Ours is like the worst because everybody film it. Everybody film it. Ours is the worst. A change has to come, but it has to start with the woman mindset. She has to want to grow in order for change to come. Now, because Pimp She-Ra is doing all this foolery on social media, she has a heavy following that is willing to destroy our community. She has a heavy following that is willing to destroy us. And to my good sisters, you have to get up. You have to get up. My good sisters, you have to get up. Even when they're trying to feed you to the lion's den, my good sisters, you have to get up. You have to start speaking. You have to. I'm not saying all y'all fly to social media and get platforms. I'm not saying that. I'm saying when you go into a comment section and you read some foolery, put your 2 cents in it. Even if you get over 500, 600 people commenting on what you say, so what? So what? Turn the notification off on the comment. Leave it right there. Because a correction needs to be made. We have to stop acting like we agree with the women doing foolery. Hello, Freeman. How are you? We have to stop agreeing with the women doing foolery. You got it, baby. That's true. True about the mouth and the attitude all day, every day. You right, honey. The mindset needs to be changed. There has to be a change. Rico, how are you? Ricardo, I'm sorry. I said that wrong. Anye, thank you so much. This is what Mona D, you know how we do now. This is what I'm talking about. A change has to come. A change has to come. And only how this change can come is that we understand we need our brothers. Do you think our brothers really want to travel abroad? Do you think they want that? Do you really think they want that? They don't have a choice. They don't have a choice because they're designed to be fruitful and multiply. And see, they can't multiply with you, my sister. They can't because you a loud mouth, curse everybody out, doing all disrespectful things, and you got a body count that is up the wazoo, and you think he's supposed to just cater to you and take that JJ that's been used. He's paying for a used JJ. That's what he's doing. He's paying for a used JJ. But we want to sit up here and crucify our men. But look what you giving him. Look what you giving him. You giving him 2 children and a used JJ. And he's supposed to be happy with that. Instead of you coming and humbling yourself and saying, I know I ain't do everything right. I know I have made some mistakes in my life. And yes, I have 1 or 2 children. And I come like this with both to you. All I'm asking is that you work with me and I'm going to work with you. And now you let the man decide when he lay the table down if you going to cover the table. Because women, you are not the table. The man is the table. You are the decorations that go on the table. Shout out to Ricky Williams for that. Shout out to Ricky for that. Men are the table, and we as women, we cover the table. A man will bring you a house and it will be empty. And it is you, my dear, that must fill the house. It's you. It's you that make the house. But because we listening to Pimp She-Ra, on social media tell y'all all this foolery about men. And they don't even know. First of all, they have never let a man touch them before. They have never let a man caress and kiss on them and hold them at night. They have never had this. But they crucify men. You got to be careful of women like that. If you never felt a touch of a man before, if you have never felt his arms around you, kissing on you, making love to you, you can't talk to me. You better go sit down. You can't talk to me. If you never had a covering, you cannot talk to me. I don't want to hear you say one word about any man because you don't know what it is to be with a man. You don't know. You don't know how to have a covering. But you come to social media and you tell all these women, men are this and men are that. They are nothing. That's what you tell them. But you don't understand that you're helping destroy us. You don't understand that you're helping to destroy us. See, when a woman doesn't have a covering, she can take down her whole household. If she has never experienced a covering before, if she didn't come, if her father wasn't in the household and she just came, if just her mama, she has never had a covering, and then all of a sudden she get married and she have a covering. If she does not want to learn the teaching from her husband, she can destroy the dynasty. Do you understand? That's why I tell y'all, be mindful of who you follow. Because now she has come out and confessed that she like women. That's why she preached so much hatred towards men, because she has revealed that she like women. And I don't want to add no name to her. I don't want to add no name. I don't want to give her no props that I'm talking about her. That's why her new name is Pimp She-Ra. That's her new name. Because you sitting up here, you lying to all these women, you're going to lead them down the wrong path. This is why I tell y'all that even the evil ones know the Bible too. Because it says the older women must teach the young. And that's what they're doing. They're taking just that part of the scripture and saying the older ones must teach the young, but they didn't finish the scripture. And this is the problem in our community. They're teaching them, but they're not finishing the whole scripture. This is the problem that we see playing out on social media today. Do you think I would teach my girls the nonsense that I was taught when I was young? Nope. That's a quick nope. Because I want my girls I want them to go to college. Yes, I do. But I also want them to build a family. I also want them to have a covering. And I want the covering to come first. I want my girls to brag when they want to sit up there and play with their husbands. I want them to brag to their husband, you touched me and I was a virgin. When you got this, I was a virgin. So now you'll see the husband smile, he'll grin to the side, he'll tell her, come here, baby, you right. Do you know how much pride it is for a man to say his wife was a virgin? Do you hear me? That's a pride that he feels in his heart. Now you'll hear women on social media tell you, oh no, you need to be experienced. You need to do this. You need to do that. Let me share something with you. More than likely, the brother has already had experience, so he's going to teach you. All you got to do is listen. All you got to do is listen and follow directions well. That's it. That's all you got to do. But because we sit up here and listen to Queen Shar I'm saying it wrong. We sitting up here listening to Pimp She-Ra. Okay. We listening to Pimp She-Ra. We're going to destroy, not even going to, because we have already done it. We're going to continue to destroy our own. That's it. We're going to continue to destroy our own because we have in our mind that the men are the enemy, but actually they are our saving grace. You know why it's so easy to take down the black community? You know why it's so easy? And everybody know why it is. Most of y'all men in my comment section, y'all know why it's easy to take down the black community. Y'all already know. When you take the king away, it's easy to take everybody down. Yeah. Yeah. When you take the king away, it's easy to take everybody down. Because the king is the first line of defense. You understand? The king. Oh, why you say that? Isaiah, why you say that? Why you put that in there? Now I just go ahead and just put it up on the screen. Let me get this down. You causing trouble this morning. All I'm saying is stop following influencers that lead you to nonsense. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm trying to say. It's easy to take the queen down when the king is not there. And you know what happens? The king has been pushed so far away from the queen, and he hears the queen barking all these orders saying, I don't need no man. I don't need him. I don't need him, but I want him. Do that make sense? I don't need him, but I want him. So the king will be right there and he will say, well, she said, I don't need him, but I want him. Then I don't need her. This is why passport bros are flying at an all-time high because of foolery like this. And then you have some of these foolish women influencers, and they will sit up here and tell you, we didn't want y'all anyway. They will sit up there and say that we don't want y'all anyway. When all these brothers who are passport bros come back with their real wife, we gonna see how much I don't need them then. When their kids start surpassing your children because they're in a 2-parent home. When children are in a 2-parent home, you raise titans. Now, in a 1-parent home, you can raise a titan too. You can. I ain't gonna sit up here and lie. But the child gonna have some hidden issues. You're not gonna see it. You're not gonna see it until they get grown or until they make their own family. And you see them distancing themselves away from you, mama, because they don't want their family to end up like the way they grew up. Y'all take heed to the message. Everybody have a wonderful day. If you would like to donate to my channel, you'll see the Cash App in the comment section. If you can't donate, baby, I ain't mad at you. You hear me? I ain't mad at you. Just like my stream. That's all. Share it, honey. Share my content. That's all I want. Okay? Everybody have a wonderful day. Y'all take it easy. Thank you for coming in this morning. Thank you for loving on my channel. Thank you for being there for me. Guys, I greatly appreciate that. Instagram, y'all doing too much over here. My YouTube channel, my dear, is called Take Heed to the Message. And you'll see me in my scarf. Just type that in. Take heed to the message. And that's it, honey. That is it, baby. Have a wonderful day, y'all. Take it easy. Instagram, I'm going to let you out first. YouTube, my foundation, my family, y'all have a great one as well. Mona D, thank you for tuning in for me this morning. I greatly appreciate that. My dear, you don't know how much I love and respect you, my sister. You don't know. Thank you for coming into my life, my dear. You have nothing but love over here on my channel, and I greatly appreciate you. My brothers and my sisters, all of y'all who came in, y'all have a great one. Please make sure y'all tune into Mona D. Mona D has a channel on YouTube. Tune into her. Also, the Harris Tribe Media. Please make sure you tune into their content. Their content is nothing but fire. They do not do copycats. Do you hear me? They talk about so many different topics, y'all. Y'all will love it. Everybody have a great one. And that's it, y'all.